We're back, John. Can
We're
you believe it?
back. And
that's
better than ever.
Yeah?
I don't know.
Why do you say that? Do you
Well,
feel better?
you're better than ever.
Yeah, am I
We'll
better?
get into that in a second. I'm better than ever because it's pumpkin spice season.
Yeah, so when this airs, it's officially fall
Yes.
and the start of pumpkin spice season. And we were talking about it, like, because right now, we'll say today is September 12th. I'll admit, I've already had a pumpkin spice cold brew.
Just one?
I've had two.
Nothing wrong with that.
Have you had any pumpkin spice things?
I have had two as well.
What?
See, I'm not a Starbucks guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a Caribou guy.
Caribou.
And I'm one of their cooler guys. Like, I'm not a real coffee drinker. I'm going to be upfront honest
You
about
like
it.
milk, sugar?
No,
coffee?
I don't like any of that. I like blended frozen fruit, snacky, like foo-foo drinks.
Got it.
So, like, I did what I've had twice is the pumpkin spice white mocha cooler from Caribou.
And it's good.
Yeah, so, they do the whipped cream. They got a little bit of that, like, white mocha caramel on top and then a little bit of just strong pumpkin
Do you
pumpkin
drink
spice.
that in the morning?
No, maybe on my way in. I don't know. It varies. I think one was in the morning, one was midday. It just depends. I don't get like the 3 o'clock like I need a pick me up deal. If I do, that's what pre-workout's for. So
Pre-workout.
Yeah.
I'll have to try some of your pre-workout today. Is it pumpkin spice flavor?
No, it's not. It's strawberry kiwi. Mark Wahlberg's though, if you're into
Yeah?
that kind of thing. But yeah, no, pumpkin spice season. I feel like it came really early this year. Like,
I know.
did it hit in late August?
I'm normally let's wait till fall starts to get on the pumpkin spice train, but I was out and about. I'm like, pumpkin spice is live. Let's
know.
go.
It's that time of year.
It's that
Fall.
time of year.
Windows are opening up again. It's like that low 70s, and you can
it's
just
so nice.
sleep well in the 40s.
Like sweatshirt and short weather.
Yes.
Oh,
that was my go-to fit
best.
in senior year of high school.
Oh, just high school? Senior year of high school?
I ditched the sweatshirt and shorts after high school. It was,
Nice.
yeah, it's probably the best move in my wardrobe history. So
That's funny. So I ended up Googling things you can buy for pumpkin spice because it has gotten out of control.
Yeah.
Like, let's be real. Everyone's
Absolutely.
hopping on this pumpkin spice train. Marketing. We'll call it good marketing. So Food Network, thank you for compiling this list. To top it off is pumpkin spice cookies, which I'm cool with.
Yeah.
I'm cool with. Let me
Make
keep
that
going.
an ice cream sandwich and even better.
Oh, pumpkin spice ice cream?
Yeah, like what if you did like pumpkin spice cookies with like a pumpkin spice ice cream and you just went ham on it?
Yep.
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 What about this? Pumpkin spice cinnamon rolls.
Cinnamon. Is it? Wait, I recall this from past episodes.
It's one word I can't say.
Okay.
Well, given the time and
Cinnamon.
day. Cinnamon. It's with
Okay.
M's.
Okay.
We got cinnamon rolls. Popcorn.
Ooh, no.
Okay,
Don't
It's-
touch my buttered popcorn.
it's caramel covered popcorn with cozy pumpkin
Oh.
spice seasoning
That's not popcorn.
and toasted pumpkin seeds.
Okay, toasted, toasted pumpkin seed. I know you're a softball player, so sunflower seeds prominent. Did you ever try pumpkin seeds?
No,
See, it's a little different. They're not as easy to like crack open and get the actual seed out.
I was more of a peanut gal myself. Loved the peanuts.
Okay. I'll just let you live with the peanuts.
Thank you.
Do they have flavored peanuts like they do flavored sunflower seeds?
No, I just like to eat peanuts.
What if they did pumpkin spice sunflower seeds? Would you try it?
I mean, I'm always try something.
Okay. Fair enough.
Doesn't mean I'm gonna like it.
Yeah, true.
Almonds. They got pumpkin spice
Yeah.
almonds.
Yeah.
Ew. Cup noodles pumpkin spice blend.
So it's like a chicken noodle soup with pumpkin spice?
Oh my God. Made with real pumpkin. A splash of water is all you need to indulge in this innovative product. For the full experience, be sure to top your cup with some luscious whipped cream.
Where do you find
Yes,
this?
we're serious.
Where do we find this?
It's Neeson's Cup Noodles.
Let's order a thing and try it.
I can't even begin to think
Yeah.
of pumpkin flavored ramen. Oh my God. That
But
would
like,
be so
is
gross.
the broth like pumpkin spice? Like, because I mean, like, it's got to be the seasoning
it
packet
says-
they give you.
Yeah, ramen noodles.
So
and
I mean,
sauce.
it's not like you're mixing pumpkin spice with chicken stock.
Okay.
Like, let's order some and try it. You know me, I'm a foodie.
Yeah, we'll try it. If you guys are daredevil enough to try it too.
It can't be as bad as the one chip challenge went for me, so we're good.
We'll leave that
Leave that
conversation
there. Yeah.
All the other stuff is pretty normal. But yeah, there's so many pumpkin spice things now that it's fall time.
The one you have to have, though, the scented candle.
Oh, the candle.
The candle, body soap, questionable. But
yeah, I don't need body soap. I'll do hand soap.
there you go. I like that, too.
But the candle's there's so many fall scents then to go along with pumpkin spice.
You know what else goes with the fall?
Football?
That's right.
Nice transition.
Hey, segues, right? You're all about those segues.
We touched on last episode that we started a fantasy football team league.
There you go.
Here at the office.
Yep.
And I wasn't feeling very confident because as we were wrapping up week 1, I was getting humbled quickly by Danny's team, but then my little jabronis,
Your jabronis.
they pulled through for me. That Jets defense went off last night.
Yes, big way for you.
And I got my first dub.
They had to go off if they were going to get the dub.
True.
I mean, you lose A-Raj.
I know.
4 minutes into the game, likely, by the time this comes out, it's probably going to come out. It's an Achilles tear, right?
He's out for the rest of the season.
Yeah. Did you see the video of his calf,
Yep,
pop?
I sure did, Joe.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sure
I can
did.
watch those. I can't watch knee injuries, but still terrible.
Oh, my gosh. And especially after, all the hype that went around him coming to the Jets, Hard Knocks.
My Garrett Wilson ownership in fantasy football is now worth nothing.
No. Think of even all the people, he wanted to come with him to the Jets. And
Alan Lazard.
Yep.
Randall Cobb.
Now their quarterback's gone.
So, I mean, they still get paid.
They still get paid.
And the best news for the Jets is they don't have to give up a draft pick to the Packers.
True.
So they save themselves there.
Do you think A-Rod comes back next season?
No.
You think he's done?
I think he's got to be. And a torn Achilles, it's hard to have confidence in it when you come back from it. There have been guys in the past, I think even Robert Griffin suffered one, if I remember right. And so, it's tough to come back from that. But, yeah, he's 40. Yeah. He had to go to a cave to find out if he even wanted to play again. Clearly, the cave lied to him on what he could do this year. And so, best medical practice is never to play football again.
That is so funny.
Which makes you appreciate what Tom Brady did probably that much more.
I know. Tom is he was a different species with that stuff.
He still is a different species. Yeah.
How's your fantasy team doing?
Yeah, this league not great. We're 0-1 to start the year. My big money league, we're 0-1 to start the year, but I was the second highest scoring team. I just ran into Breece Hall and Tyreek Hill this week 1. So
Tyreek put up some numbers.
We'll bounce back.
Wait, who had the most points?
In our league?
Yeah.
I have not looked in our league, but I think it was it might have been Melanie.
How many did she have?
She had 122.
Oh, shit.
So that's a lot.
That is a lot.
I don't have my phone on me.
Wow, would you look at that?
Magic. Someone pass this off. I can tell you who had the most points in our week 1 if that's okay with you.
Yeah, please go off.
No,
standings.
It's fascinating. The obsession with fantasy football, the marketing around there are people who dedicate their professional lives to fantasy football, so it's wild. And I follow them, so you're welcome. I'm paying your bills. Let's see. Standings. So, Jabronis. Highest total team was the Jabronis week 1, 130 points.
I have 130?
You don't even know your own team.
I thought I had 120.
Proud of you. I'm really proud of you. Now
know
remember,
your role and shut your mouth.
Remember though, winners get nothing in this league.
I know.
And we're gonna wrap with this. You have to wear a hot dog if you lose.
Yep. And
you will not see me in that hot dog costume if it costs me my life.
Oh, you will.
No.
Who's at the bottom of the list?
Aaron.
Poor Aaron.
68 points. She had a rough go, but right behind her, right in front of her with 86 was Parker, the guy who set up the entire league.
The whole thing for us.
The guy who claims he's probably still the best golfer in the office too. So.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you golf?
I golf. We have a lot of golfers. Anyway.
I'm not a golfer.
Let's not digress too far into that world.
Anyway, we wanted to talk to you today. We've been on this video train talking some video projects with you guys. And this is an exciting one that we wanted to dive into just because from last week we talked about the quick turnaround with the Iowa corn Cyhawk commercial. And this one was definitely more a drawn-out process with ISSDA. They wanted to create a recruitment video, and John is joining me to discuss all the ins and outs of this masterpiece.
Yeah, the Iowa State Sheriff's Deputies Association, ISSDA. Mm-hmm. So they help promote the 99 county sheriff's offices. Don't call them departments, call them offices.
You learn so much.
You do. You really do. And I mean, going back, this is a client that we just really started getting things rolling last year about this time of year. Mm-hmm. And then come around January, we had a big ice storm and brought them in to kind of make our big pitch as to what we could do for them. And they liked it. And next thing you know, we're closing a deal and having a creative strategy with them to really hash out what they're looking to do and accomplish. And that was a lot of fun.
And what were they looking to do and accomplish?
Yeah, a lot of recruiting. I think that's the big thing. Obviously, law enforcement's always looking to recruit the right people for their roles, but they also want to tell their stories and show how they're different from maybe like state patrol or police departments around the state, some of those other law enforcement departments. And so it was pretty cool learning the ins and outs of what they do, how they serve their communities in a lot of various ways, how they're probably a lot more well known in their communities than some people realize, not just the sheriffs who are elected officials, but also the deputies who obviously serve those counties.
That's an interesting point. That really is. And then, like he said, we had the creative strategy with them. We got it. They're like, hey, okay, let's do this thing. But we didn't actually really kick it off shooting wise until June.
Yeah.
And we were talking about this before. It's just something to like keep in mind is the weather.
Yeah.
Because when we had our creative strategy in March, we were pitching it in January, like it's cold, it's gray, it's ugly.
Yeah.
So it's just something to keep in mind as you move into those.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, our summer months and our green months are so kind of narrow in Iowa. Like you hate to say it because we love summers here, but like really end of May through about this time of year, mid-September, late September is when you're going to get your best outdoor video if you want green space, that kind of stuff. Not to say you can't make snow look pretty.
Yeah.
You certainly can. But for what we were looking to do, showcasing the community involvement, some of that stuff, and we were out on a lake one day for it. Like you can't go out on an iced over lake necessarily. Right. So no, it was really cool. And so that threw a timeline kink because all of this that we put together was intended for the Iowa State Fair. And so that's where they really wanted to present these videos. And so when you're limited to just a couple of months time, it might sound like a lot, but there's a lot of coordinating that had to go on behind the scenes with Danny, our client manager. She did a wonderful job with it though, and getting everything everyone and everything where it needed to be.
Totally. And even like along with that, like you said, we were able to plan so far in advance, like they even created a little like, here's what it's going to look like video. We are going to be sharing that because it is comical. Yeah. We did some acting here at Bing Bang.
Yeah. So are you okay, Shelby?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Think my face wasn't in it. Like the SIOC one where I was sweating. No, it was good. But we had all that time to plan. So like when we went into those, we had 4 different days where we were shooting a ton of content. We knew exactly what we were going to be shooting, the setups, the people, all that stuff involved with it. Yeah,
and it kind of going back to like that initial creative video. So I love our team, our creative side from you, from Caleb, from Quentin, who was on the team at the time and helped create that initial video or the pitch video we did for the concept. They went around and basically used our office and an iPhone to show what we're kind of thinking, but they pulled some inspiration from various other recruitment videos that led more military leaning. And so it was pretty funny to watch them put together what they had on, an afternoon basically. And it turned out really cool. And sure enough, that's kind of what it evolved out of, just refining that script, really making sure we were focused on what the Sheriff's Deputies Association wanted out of it and targeting the right people in the end.
I really do appreciate that point because a lot of times Grace and I even deal with it on the branding and look and feel of campaign side is we're such creative and visual people that we can always like see what the product could be and end up being in our heads. But some people that aren't as creative, it's harder for them to understand like the concept you're trying to pitch. So them being able to go around and grab us and use us for various things to actually show them like, bear with us. This is like what we're planning to do with the video and obviously a cleaner look, but it is nice to be able to show that visual representation of what we're trying to achieve. Yeah,
absolutely. And then the script writing too was a lot of fun. And just, again, they wanted to focus on all the different ways they're involved in their job. I mean, whether that be one of the scenes is us, we put them on a playground or on a basketball court at a playground in a local community playing hoops with some high school kids, or the K-9 unit doing a quick search around a vehicle. the water search and rescue team going out and on Sailorville. And then we also got to incorporate our drone and do all those fun facets that we love and push ourselves creatively.
Yeah.
Then on top of that, we mixed in a new type of lens that we really hadn't used a ton, but we're experimenting more with.
Yeah, let's dive into this. We're going to break this down into the 3 ways that you were able to up-level your recruitment video. In the anamorphic.
Yep.
Another word I can say.
You got it, though. You got it.
It's part of it. One of the ways to enhance your recruitment videos is through the look that you use. Do you want to tell us what the anamorphic lens is and the look that it is?
Yeah, so the anamorphic lens is something we started to dabble in about a year ago with another client, very sparingly. It gives it more of a cinematic look. So when you watch it back without it being cropped and touched up and everything, it's very wide angle, a longer perspective here, and it compresses everything down. It also is going to create better depth for you. So like everything's going to blur a little bit more effectively. It's going to create a bokeh on it. Yeah. And then the other thing it does is create some lens flares. And what that means is, you know, you get it with the sun and you're going to catch a flare, horizontal line across that lens. And it just adds a style to it.
Like when you were on the water and you had the sunrise.
Oh, yeah. And then it just creates that nice harsh line across. And, you know, cool. And a couple of other scenes it really came out prominently too. Like the scene where the SWAT team was going into the building and you see the flashlight at the end of their rifle, and you see those flares as well. So it was a really cool thing. There are lenses that you can't use on every piece you do. It's just, it gives it a specific look. But we knew that this was the video to really go ham on it, so to speak, and really go hefty with it.
What type of videos would you not use it for, I guess? Just
kind of your straightforward, like if you really want to showcase a space with very little blurring of your backgrounds and it's just one of those, like, you probably don't need to worry about it. There's a lot of work in post to get it to a full frame, kind of like what we ended up having to do.
Oh, got it.
And so like you want to show off spaces, you want a more cinematic look. You know, a lot of businesses just want that clean, concise, like 16:9 look, and these lenses really lend themselves to a wider perspective, a little bit more cropping on top and bottom.
I love it. I love it. You also said you used the drone.
Yeah.
Did you use it at every shoot?
We took it along on every shoot, and we might not have used it, in every single, or we might not have used it as much in our final outcome video. But, you know, whether it was the Dallas County jail or courthouse that we went and visited, they had a brand new facility there. So droning in the outside of that, but also just a different perspective and angle for like the canine unit getting out of the vehicle, and just a way to kind of break up some of the handheld medium shots that we used a lot of the time.
Yeah. I liked the drone shot. I remember it, like the guy was carting someone into the ambulance. Is that right? Yeah, that one was really cool.
That one was fun. My favorite was droning another drone.
Yeah.
So like they brought out their UAS team and sent up their like search and rescue drone too, and showed us all the cool things they could do with that. But then you get that with the sunrise in the background off Sailorville that morning, and you just kind of do what we call an orbit around it, where you're just kind of rotating around it with it in the middle of the frame. Yeah. It was really cool, like just something different you don't always get to do.
Yeah, I think something else different that was kind of cool, we intentionally made it a little more shaky, you would say, to help give it that like POV kind of look, like that someone is actually like running into the building or whatnot. What was I going to ask you? I was going to ask you another question.
Pacing and that kind of, I mean, that lends itself to pacing, I'd say.
So how does the cinematic feel of the lens, it's different than other stuff you would normally see in a recruitment video. So that's like where we're getting at. It's like it's a different style to watch. Yeah, it grabs your attention a lot more.
Right. We got away from the talking heads, and that was something initially they kind of came to us and said, you know, this is something we want our people talking about what we do in communities. And we're like, well, what if we went this route? And we showed it in a faster pace, a different look. We colored it differently. We gave it a much more cinematic feel. I know it's a word that can kind of be kind of cliche, but it very much gives it a cinematic feel. You know, when the divers are coming up out of the water, it kind of has a Navy SEALs feel or something like that too. And so just the looks, plus it helped. We had a little bit of fog coming off the lake that day. Parker has the it was the Avatar shot that he calls sitting on his desktop somewhere. We keep that in the archives, but just coming up over some trees with fog setting in and stuff like that too. So
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay, point 2 is the script.
Yeah.
Now, I think the guys had some fun kind of creating and developing this one. like you said, you got your inspiration from more of the military recruitment-esque videos. And I think from what I was gathering with talking with Parker a bit was like the sheriffs wanted like you to be able to feel like you could see yourself there, right?
Yeah,
like
100%.
That goes from not only the look, the cinematic POV that we did, but also in the script writing.
Yeah.
They hit on that point a lot, as you will see. We'll show you it at the
Yeah.
at the end.
I mean, and that was the cool part, right? I mean, whether you're a former athlete, like you still get to play a game, playing that basketball court, or be a leader, be a team leader, that kind of thing with the SWAT, or saving people's lives. You think sometimes it's just going to be a job, right? But it's really so much more than that. It's creating lasting effect on others in your community, and that's what the sheriffs are really about, is having that bond.
Yeah, they wanted to show the many different aspects that people might not even realize go into being a part of the ISSDA. Yeah, script writing just itself is very powerful. I would like, no matter what you do, just to be able to relate to the person you're trying to target. I mean, we do that. We're doing it with Handy and their stuff.
Yeah.
Like, people are passionate about motorcycles, and it's like, okay, how can I write something that'll relate to that person? So the script writing, very important piece in trying to up-level your recruitment videos.
Absolutely.
And then the last one we wanted to talk about was the pace. This one, especially, like we said, they wanted to be different and stand out a little more. It went fast. It was shaky. It went fast. The camera movement transitions. Do you want to dive into a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so, I mean, it'd be one thing if we just held one shot for a while, right, of the dog getting out, and then we're going to follow the dog around and that kind of thing. But what adds to the kind of intrigue of what their role was how quick we were able to make those cuts. So just taking that scenario, for example, of the canine unit being taken out, you have that line spoken, jump cut to that dog coming out, another jump cut, what we call a jump cut. So they're all same perspective, but just new scene. And so, like, in your mind, you've got to figure out how they transported there, so to speak.
Right.
And so then you get the close-up of the dog running through, or the SWAT team breaking through the door, that kind of thing. And so it was really fun. And then we really used organic transitions in a lot of those situations.
Yeah.
So.
The pace is something to keep in mind just in, like, anything, as we've brought up on here before, like, people's attention spans are getting shorter and shorter. I know I give that edit a lot when we're even doing like social reels. I'm like, that shot was like way too long, like my attention was gone. So like the pace of your recruitment video, just like keep it concise and to the point, and don't do more than you need.
Right.
You only have their attention span for that long.
Right. And then the nat sounds too. I mean, Caleb did a great job of incorporating some natural sounds and adding some sound effects too, to just enhance that video, make that pace feel even more real, and trying to immerse you. I think that's the word he used the best, was he wanted it to be an immersion. You feel like you're right there with them in every scene. And I think we really accomplished that.
How did you feel when you saw the video at the Iowa State Fair?
Yeah, so I walked in with my kids there at the hall that they're in on the grandstand, and it was just cool because I walked in and I see like three little boys stopped and just watching the whole thing, like, and that tells you, like, all right, you grab someone's attention, and there's a lot of riffraff, a lot of noise in that area, but you could still hear it, you could still see it, and so to see people stopping and watching it, it was pretty cool.
Especially like we said, how long this project has been in the making, with the hiccups that come along with any project, and just to be able to see it on its final stage and people are enjoying it, it's really cool. I felt that we'd had a couple projects at the fair this year. Iowa Corn brought their trailer out, and Grace like redesigned the whole thing. And there was like some drive clean videos in it too. So like I went through it, I'm like, that's my face. Like, right there.
I remember doing that on Ragbri too. We're seeing the corn trailer, and it is cool. Like, again, I think there's that little bit of reward for us to see it out in the wild, because again, you sit there and you work on it for weeks, months. It kind of just becomes like, okay, it's here. You're getting it done. But then to see the final product out in the wild, it's that payoff for it. So.
We're going to wrap it up like we did with the last one. What was one of the biggest things you learned from this project in particular?
Don't be afraid to push. I think that's the big one. Like,
push it.
Yeah, push it, baby. Push it. Anyway, I think sometimes we get into a comfort zone, right? Like, we could have done a straight up talking head recruitment video and made it really great for them.
Yeah.
But instead, we had the willingness to say, let's do something we haven't done. Let's do it with the technology that we're still kind of learning a little bit of, and let's just see what happens. And sure, we had our challenges. We had our scenarios we had to battle through, but, I mean, who doesn't? And so just being willing to get out of that comfort zone, even in what we do, like creatives think we're constantly breaking our comfort zone, and then you look back and you're like, I didn't break anything here. So, I think breaking out of that.
That's cool. I think that my takeaway from talking with you guys was just like the value of team. There were so many people that were involved in this project, not only on our side, but like the sheriff's side too, just being willing to tell their story and share the message that they want to share with other people that they want to recruit. It was really cool. From what I hear, they are just amazing people, and their why they do what they do is so important and meaningful for them.
Yeah, absolutely. And anytime you get to let someone share their why, it's going to come through, right? And so that's awesome.
Okay, so are we going to share this now?
Yeah, let's go ahead and pull it up.
Pull it up.
So Shelby, this is the the concept that Caleb and Q created in the office. You make a cameo appearance. This is where it all kind of stemmed.
I love it. Let's see
it. All
it.
right, let's take a look.
Play.
I didn't know I could save lives from a desk. Help is on the way. I didn't know I could still serve. Or be a team leader.
I like the transitions. Wait,
Or that this would be a day.
what did they make that out of?
I don't know where that wood piece came from,
Where did that
but there was a roll of paper and it looked like some sort of broomstick.
Oh my god, that was so funny.
It was...
Action. There's me.
I thought being in a car all day would be boring.
He's whipping it.
Yeah, this is good stuff.
I thought I'd be all work and play.
Nice, Melanie.
My best friend would have to play.
Oh my god.
The superimposed dog, yes. Then some stock video stuff throughout.
I didn't know I was made for this.
Oh.
Caleb showing off one push-up. I don't know that he can do more.
He's got it.
No boundaries.
The skyline on the TV. I mean,
It gets you. It gets you.
effort was. It does
Yes.
not
For
faze me.
for our listeners, you have to go watch our video feed on this.
Yeah, go check it out. It's on our website. It'll be in the show notes for this. Check this out because it is too good not to
It's
see.
awesome. So that's where it started,
Yeah.
and I think it's again easy to see where the concept came from.
Yep.
There's some transition aspects in it that we maybe didn't do everything in, but we certainly had like a feel of how we wanted to do
Yeah.
it. So it was pretty fun.
It's part of like the planning thing, right? Like you had each shot down. So like as you went into each shoot, you knew exactly what shots you needed to get with what people, what lighting, all that jazz. So it just helps, as like we've talked about, as long as the process was, it was so planned out. It was just.
Yep. I wish we would have thrown Caleb in a lake and had him come up like a Navy SEAL, though. That would have been great. Anyway, so that was that video. I'm going to back it out, and we're going to go to the next one really quick.
The final product?
The final product. Oh, I downloaded it. It should be right here. We're going to go full screen. And here you go for the final product. The drone of the drone.
Requesting backup.
So again, the anamorphic creating the bokeh. Obviously, we didn't throw it on the drone, but you can see how it kind
I
of
didn't know you could save lives from behind the
Just-
scenes.
Go ahead.
morphs the background a little bit
I didn't know
more.
this would be a day at the lake.
Helps your subject pop a little bit more, too.
Yeah.
Thought it'd be all work and no play.
Solid.
Thought sitting in a squad car all day would be boring.
Not boring.
I didn't know this was going to be more than just a job.
I didn't know my favorite partner would have 4 legs.
The music.
Yeah, the music's choice was great. It allowed him to keep the pace going.
I didn't know I could still serve.
And then just a simple transition
We'll be a
like
team
that
leader.
too.
I didn't know I was made for this.
That's a cool shot.
So there's a little timidness on the double negative of no boundaries.
Yeah.
At first too, and like I got where that was coming from to an extent. Same time though, I think it just again, it's kind of like, what are you gonna say? No boundaries? No,
Right.
you know. So I think it really played well, and I think this whole piece really just showcased what proper preparation does. Multiple takes. I know it's gonna feel like you're redundant again. I think we talked about that with Cyhawk, but don't be afraid to reshoot it, because in us reshooting it multiple ways, it allowed for all those cuts to really play out nicely. And so,
and like be willing to like do that and step into that role. And it was fun to see like the same shots like they were doing in their like their little video here, like recreate. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that one. That was a friend.
we didn't have Shelby in it being consoled by anybody, but that's all right. Maybe for the next round. But you know, this is a really great launching point for our relationship with ISSDA as well. And certainly, like if you want to see the video itself too, you can visit their website. If you want to learn more about them, visit their website too. So
such a fun project, such a cool client. Can't wait to continue to do more with them as we move forward throughout the rest of the year.
I know, it's wild. Just one of our many fun clients.
I know, yeah. We got lots of them.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, John, for taking us through that, the
Happy to
video
be
side
here.
of things, because, you know, we all have our strengths.
Yeah, we'll have to get you on the anamorphic lens one of these days and see how
Me?
you handle it. Yeah, I want to see, because it's fun.
Me, like...
I want to see you on both sides of it. I want to see you run it, and I want to see you like in front of it and see how it goes.
I'm up for the challenge.
Deal.
Not the one chip challenge, but this challenge I'm up for.
Deal.
Okay.
Deal.
Okay, we'll talk to you guys next time. Until then, be sure to rate us on Apple Podcasts.
Subscribe.
We would love a 5-star rating because we are nothing short of spectacular and fabulous. So do that and let us know what you want to hear next, and we'll talk to you next time.
Awesome.
Bye.
It's gotta be against the law to look this damn good. Cause baby, I feel real good and I wish I would. It's gotta be against the law to look this damn good. Everybody watch out. Watch out now. I'm ready for a good time, and I came to groove. The whole band's here, and we came to move. Got a fresh haircut and 2 new shoes. We're here all night like we got nothing to lose. I'm coming out the jacket, cause we're turning up the heat. I wanna see you clapping when you get up out your seat. It's time to make it happen when we hit these streets. I'm coming in hot, and I can't be beat. Watch out now. Baby, watch out now.